Imagine two people, same age, same income, same diet, same city, same education. From the outside, they look almost identical. But when scientists scanned their brains, something unexpected appeared. The differences weren't small, they weren't psychological, they weren't based on opinions. They were physical, measurable, visible. And researchers have now spent years trying to understand why. Because the people with these differences had one thing in common: religion. Not a specific religion, not a specific country, just religious practice itself. And what scientists discovered next became even harder to explain. The first clue came from brain scans. Researchers weren't looking for proof of religion. They were studying depression, mental health, emotional resilience. But as the data accumulated, a pattern started appearing. Again, and again, and again. People who regularly practiced religion often showed a thicker prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision-making, self-control, and emotional regulation. Imagine your brain has a braking system when emotions become overwhelming, when impulses take control, when stress starts flooding your thoughts. This is the system that helps keep everything under control. And in many religious participants, that system appeared stronger. Then researchers found something even more interesting. People with these brain differences experienced lower rates of recurring depression. Not slightly lower, significantly lower. Suddenly, scientists weren't just studying belief. They were studying biology. And that raised a difficult question. If religion isn't changing the body, why are these differences showing up in the brain? At this point, researchers thought they had found the biggest effect. They were wrong. Because when they started looking beyond the brain, something even stranger appeared: the immune system. Inside your body, inflammation acts like a silent fire. A little is necessary. Too much causes damage, heart disease, diabetes, chronic illness, accelerated aging. Scientists track this damage using biological markers, and repeatedly, religious participants showed lower levels of those markers. At first, this didn't make sense. Prayer doesn't kill viruses. Church attendance doesn't magically repair cells. So what was happening? Researchers eventually discovered a likely answer: stress. Or more specifically, in the absence of constant stress. And that's where the story becomes fascinating. Then scientists discovered something that sounded almost unbelievable: a hormone, oxytocin. You've probably heard of it. It's released during childbirth, breastfeeding, physical affection, human bonding. It's one of the chemicals most closely associated with trust and connection. But researchers noticed something unusual. Religious gatherings appeared to trigger it too. Singing together, praying together, sharing rituals, participating in a group, all of it seemed to activate the same biological systems involved in human bonding. Your body wasn't reacting to theology, it was reacting to connection, to belonging, to community. And suddenly, a question emerged. What if one of religion's most powerful effects has nothing to do with doctrine at all? What if it's simply changing the chemistry of loneliness? By now, another pattern was becoming impossible to ignore: stress recovery. Researchers exposed religious and non-religious participants to similar stressful situations. Then they measured recovery. Who returned to normal faster? Who stayed trapped in stress longer? Again, religious participants often recovered faster. Their cortisol levels dropped sooner. Their nervous systems stabilized sooner. Their bodies shifted back into recovery mode sooner. This doesn't mean religious people never experience anxiety. They do. Everyone does. But it suggests something important. Their bodies may be better at finding the exit. And in a world where stress never stops, that advantage becomes extremely valuable. Then came the result that surprised even the researchers. Longevity, not months, years, Large studies involving hundreds of thousands of participants kept pointing in the same direction. People engaged in religious communities often lived longer, sometimes much longer. The reasons weren't mysterious anymore. By this point, scientists had already identified the ingredients: lower stress, stronger social bonds, greater emotional resilience, more purpose, less isolation, healthier habits. Individually, each effect seems small. Together, they become powerful. Powerful enough to influence an entire lifetime. Now, here's the important part. None of this proves that any religion is true. Science can't answer that question. That's not what these studies were measuring. But they do reveal something surprising. The human body appears to respond to meaning, to belonging, to ritual, to community. Whether you're religious or not, that's difficult to ignore, because in the end, the most fascinating discovery wasn't about religion, it was about human nature. And maybe the real question isn't whether religion changes the body. Maybe the real question is this: what happens to the body when meaning disappears? If this video made you think, leave a comment below. Do you think these effects come from religion itself? Or from the sense of meaning, belonging, and community that religion provides? I'd love to hear your thoughts.